This is going to be a quick video wrapping up the Alabama-Kentucky game that just ended. Um, Look, lots to digest here. First of all, kudos to Alabama coming out with such ferocity. They played very, very well at the beginning, shot the ball lights out. Keon Ellis, I've been begging for him to step it up, 28 big points today. So he certainly did that. I thought he had the game of his career at Alabama so far. Also, should say I'm a little apologetic for being so disheveled, but I'm in the middle of moving out of my house and trying to watch a game and trying to do this video. So bear with me just a minute. Anywho, Jimmy's not able to join me right now, but I wanted to do a quick video about this. Look, uh, Kentucky's a really good team. Unfortunately, for them, they also were missing their two starting guards, which Alabama took advantage of early in the game, and could not continue. Um, and that's a shame. I really believe this, and that this may fall on deaf ears. But I believe that the game really turned around when there was no technical called on John Calipari for literally Eskimo kissing um, whatever official it was. I don't even care what official it was. You should not be able to do that. You should not be able to go nose to nose or tongue to tongue with an official. That's just disgusting, and it's a shame because meanwhile Darius Miles, yeah, he did hit the guy in the face. He slapped him mildly. It was not a slap. It was more of a slight touch. You can't do that. He should be called for that. Just like John Calipari should have been called for that technical. And I feel like the game really took a turn for the worse there. And it also probably dejected the Alabama team a little bit, knowing, hey, look, we're facing an uphill battle here. Their coach can do anything. Meanwhile, it also comes on the heels of Alabama's coach being tossed in the previous game against Mississippi State. Now, I think Nate Oates tried his best to get tossed in that game, so maybe that's not a very fair comparison. But I think that the SEC homerism and Kentucky favorism was certainly alive and well. Doesn't mean I think Alabama would have won either way, but I do think the game took a turn there. And I think if any other coach in the league, and I'm including Bruce Pearl, I'm including Nate Oates, I'm including Will Wade, anybody, I think if they go nose to nose with an official, they get a technical. And I think that that's something that should be looked at and reviewed. And there's nothing you can do about it now, and no use crying over spilled milk. But I think that that was pretty bad. And I think even Bill Rafferty brought it up. Here's the other thing with Alabama, though, and I don't know if Alabama would have won the game regardless. I don't think necessarily they would have because Kentucky started shooting lights out. But I think Alabama's got to find a way to get everybody playing at least average when other people are playing above average. What I mean by this, Keon Ellis played well above average today, right? Shackelford played pretty well today, 18 big points. J.D. Davison did not have a good game. And he ended up, I'm going to check the stats here really quickly, what he ended up with. He ended up with 6 points, 2 of 7 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3. His three-pointers were open, too. He's got to hit those. He did have 7 rebounds and 5 assists. I'm a little shocked by that as I'm just looking at the stats. But he seemed to have very ill-timed turnovers. Now, you never want a turnover, so I guess they're all ill-timed. But some of his turnovers were seemed to be more to Kentucky than the average one. JD did not have his best game. Again, willing to live with that because JD's a true freshman, and that's fine. But Quinterly, again, he showed out this last game. This game, 0 of 4 from beyond the arc, 3 of 10 from field goal range, and no trips to the foul line. I think part of that is because he just wasn't getting the calls when he did drive. 3 assists. We need more assists out of him. 6 points. Just 1 turnover. I guess that's a positive. Alabama only had 9 turnovers total, which seems a little bit shocking because it sure felt like it was more than that. We got to get Charles Bediako to the line more. He was 3 of 3 from the field. That's great. Awesome. But we need to get him to the free throw line. He did not go one time. Juwan Gary, we're going to need him to be a little bit more active. He was only 1 of 3 from the field for 3 points at the first three-pointer he took. And then seem to disappear somewhat. The 0 of 2 from the stripe. Lots to work on here. And look, in the end, Alabama's not supposed to beat Kentucky in Kentucky. I mean, when we do it, it's generally an upset. I mean, as long as I've been alive, it's always been an upset. So let's not pretend like this is a dejecting loss. This is a loss we probably saw coming on the calendar the minute the schedule was released. We got a big game against Vanderbilt coming up Tuesday night. That is a game Alabama needs to win. I don't think they necessarily need to win it to get in the tournament. I think Alabama's pretty solidly in the tournament, but they need to win this game and then come back and beat South Carolina at home. Anyway, look, thanks all you guys so much for signing up for the podcast. I'm sorry I look like warmed up hell right now, but again, moving out of my house, hadn't had a lot of sleep. I got a lot to move, a lot to do, and been pretty busy and trying to sneak in some Alabama basketball at the same time while throwing my remote all over the house because I get angry from time to time. Anyway, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for watching and listening. We really do appreciate you. Next time, Jimmy will be with me, and this will be a lot better. I just wanted to do a quick video talking about this Kentucky game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please do subscribe and roll tide.